G'day guys, it's Rocky here. It's Friday and it's about time that we have a beer and we talk about some gear. And it's me this week. We've had a lot of PAL for the last couple of weeks, and we're going back to our core. We're going back to a footwear brand that we love in the store, which is Scott Footwear. And before I get into the footwear, I managed to find a new beer I've not had before. In fact, actually, to be fair, I don't think I've had actually a beer from this brewery. This is Double Vision Brewing out of Miramar in Wellington. And I've got a gin IPA. I was a bit sceptical about a gin IPA. It tastes like gin, it's an IPA, they said, and guess what? It tastes like gin, and it's an IPA. 6.1%, it's a cracker, got it from the beer library just up the road. Big shout out to those guys, keep all the good beer. Anyhow, so Double Vision Brewing, get your lips around one. Right, over to Scott. So, this is our range for this coming season. We've expanded it a little bit, we've got a few new items going on. So, as you might have seen, and you've probably been in store, we started off with the Scott RC, which is our race shoes. So we have Super Track and we have Kinabalu, and we've pulled the range out a little bit, got a few more things going on. So, first new bandit is the Scott Super Track Free. So how does it differ? Everyone's going to ask, how does it differ to the RC? Right, RC is a race model. So first of all, this is a wee bit lighter. It's about 30 gram lighter, a little bit heavier, but the big differences are the sole, the midsole and things like that. So we'll start on the sole. So the sole on this Super Track is, you can only describe it as super gnarly, to be quite honest. It's got the sole off the Ultra, which is back here, which we'll talk about in a minute. But this sole, look at that lug. It's got a really deep lug to it. What's it going to perform on? It's going to perform in really shitty conditions. Mud, gravel, loose stuff. It's going to be a cracking shoe. Say you did Oxford or something like that. Great shoe for that. Back of the crater rim. In bad conditions. That's the sole of the RC. Still a good sole, but as you can see, great at the front. They cut out a bit in the midsole there, where this is gnarly all the way through. So a bit of a tractor on the sole, but real good, real grippy. Also, you've got a 29mm at the back here, as opposed to about 22 here on this one. 8mm drop, 5mm drop. So that's your race shoe. This is your all-around beefy, solid go-to. That should be like, you know, everybody's trail shoe. Anybody can run in that shoe for sure. Absolute winner. And that comes in the ladies as well. We're in the green for men's, and we're in that lovely black and coral for the ladies. Obviously, still got the RC for the ladies as well, if you want that lighter race shoe. Over to Kinabalu. Same kind of story, really, in some ways. So you've got the Kinabalu Ultra, which is an absolute belter of a shoe. But then we've got the Kinabalu 2, which again gets the super grippy sole. Now it's ever so slightly different, this sole. Maybe not as a deeper lug as the Super Track, but still really good shoe. Now what I've been using these shoes through summer. One thing I've found though, it is super breathable. The only downside is seeds can come through this mesh. So if you want a shoe which is good for hot weather and good for now, absolute winner. And obviously we've got that in the ladies as well. But we're still doing the Kinabalu Ultra as well, which has got the difference in the sole there, you can see. Nowhere near as high, the lug, and you've got no lug through the middle. So, you know, more race orientated. Stack heights are both the same on those, about 28 actually. But real summer, a bit more protection as well from the weather with that. There's a bit more going on with the construction of it. At the back here as well, we've got a few different things. Okay, so don't normally do this, but we've actually got a Gore-Tex running shoe this time around as well. So this is a Super Track Gore-Tex. You either love Gore-Tex running shoes or you hate Gore-Tex shoes. There's two camps to it, but you know, there's pros and cons. I think one of the pros to this is, if you are going out locally around here, and you're not going out for too long, you know, a non-waterproof shoe, you're going to be wet in a minute. But at least with a Gore-Tex shoe, you know, you will stay drier a little bit longer. So if you do want a shoe and you want your feet to stay dry a little bit, and you're not hoofing it through massive rivers, it's not a bad idea. You know, you are going to get a wee bit warmer for sure, but you know, it also gives you a bit of protection. Also, a great little fast packing shoe as well. So this is definitely a crossover going into a little bit of fast hiking and things like that. That's a Super Track Free Gore-Tex. And at the back here, we've still got it. This is for the original shoe we've got. This is the Super Track Ultra. So this is the tractor of all shoes. It's incredibly tough shoe, incredibly gnarly sole unit. Who's this for? It's for big oafs like me, to be quite honest. If you're a heavier runner and you don't care where you put your feet, this is a shoe for you. Nothing can get through this shoulder, to be quite honest. It's super tough. Big rand round there. Shoe, it's a bit heavier, but what a brutal machine of a shoe. So anyhow, that's a bit of a wrap up on our Scott range. If you're in the market for shoes, come on in. They're really, really good shoes. That's it from me, and have a great time this weekend. Hope you get out on the trails. I'll speak to you next week. Cheers, guys. Bye.